Hey everyone, hope you're having a fantastic holiday. It's Christmas Day, and while we're all enjoying time with family and friends, and uh, you know, hopefully no one's arguing too much over politics or religion.
Hopefully not. Right. That's always the danger.
Exactly. But you know what? I want to talk about something a little bit different today. Something fun and festive.
All right, I'm game.
Okay, so imagine this: you're sitting there opening presents, sipping your eggnog, and suddenly your cat starts talking.
Oh boy.
And I don't just mean like meows and purrs. I mean full-blown sentences.
Yeah.
Hey, where's my presents? Or this eggnog is terrible.
That'd be something.
Right. So we're going to do a deep dive today into this idea of talking cats. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah, a little out there.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's actually a pretty interesting way to explore some deeper stuff like human nature and why we find things funny.
Well, you've definitely got my attention now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so the piece we're looking at today kind of combines this idea of talking cats with evolutionary psychology and comedy.
And that's a fascinating combo.
It is right. So maybe you can help us out here. What is evolutionary psychology exactly, and how does humor fit into all this?
Yeah, sure. So evolutionary psychology, it's basically the study of how our brains and behavior have evolved over time,
Okay.
thanks to natural selection and stuff.
Right. Survival of the fittest and all that.
Exactly. And it turns out that even something like humor can actually be linked back to our evolutionary past.
So you're telling me cavemen were cracking jokes around the campfire?
Well, maybe not knock-knock jokes, but, they probably had their own version of humor.
Okay, I'll bite. How could humor have possibly helped them survive? Like,
Right.
was it attracting mates or something?
Well, yeah, maybe, but it could also be about things like social bonding,
Oh,
building relationships within the group, relieving tension, maybe even helping to diffuse potentially dangerous situations.
interesting.
And there are even theories that suggest humor might have helped our ancestors learn and remember important information.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, think about it. If you can laugh about something, it probably means you're not in immediate danger.
Oh, right.
So humor could have been a way of signaling to others, hey, this situation is safe, or we're all in this together.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So then, how does a talking cat fit into all this? I mean, it's not exactly life or death unless they're threatening to scratch you.
True. But think about it this way. Our brains are constantly trying to make sense of the world.
Okay.
We're looking for patterns, we're making predictions, and when something totally unexpected happens, something that violates our expectations.
Like a cat suddenly starting a conversation about the meaning of life.
Exactly. That's when we experience incongruity.
Incongruity.
And that can be a major trigger for humor.
Oh, so it's like the surprise element that makes it funny.
Exactly. It's like, wait a minute, cats aren't supposed to talk. And that sudden shift in our understanding of reality, well, it tickles our funny bone.
I see. So like those videos online where cats freak out over cucumbers like it's some kind of monster.
Yeah, exactly. Or like those memes with cats making grumpy faces and funny captions.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
But it also makes you think, like, what are they actually thinking?
Right. If they could talk, would they tell us they thought the cucumber was a snake? Or that they were just messing with us?
Exactly. So much mystery.
Exactly. And even without talking, cats already communicate with us in so many ways. They meow, they purr, they rub against us, they give us those slow blinks of trust.
Right? All those subtle cues.
But imagine if those cues were replaced with full-blown conversations. The possibilities are endless. What would they complain about? What would they want to talk about? Would they have their own version of Twitter?
Cat Twitter. Oh, man. I can only imagine. Would they even sound like us? Like would they have accents? Or would they develop their own completely unique feline language?
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe they'd have like a super sophisticated system of meows and purrs and hisses that we just can't decipher yet, like dolphin clicks or something. Whoa, that's wild. Okay, but back to the point about them talking to us. And how do you think that would change our relationships with them? Would we still see them as pets?
Hmm. That's a tough one.
Right. I mean, would they become more like our equals? Or friends?
Yeah, or even rivals.
Oh, rival.
Imagine having to negotiate with your cat over what's for dinner.
Huh? Or who gets to sit on the comfy chair?
Right. Or like they start demanding better food.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this dry kibble, Karen. I want salmon.
And make sure it's wild caught.
Exactly.
Oh man, that'd be something else. But on a more serious note, this whole idea of talking cats, it really makes you think about that thing. What's it called?
Anthropomorphism.
Yeah, anthropomorphism.
It's that tendency we have to give human-like qualities to animals.
Right, like we dress them up in little outfits and give them silly voices.
Exactly. And we already do this even without talking cats. You know, we project our own thoughts and feelings onto them all the time. But but if they could actually talk, it would take that to a whole new level. It's true. And it might actually make us question our assumptions about intelligence and communication in other species. Like maybe we're not as special as we think we are.
Right, and who knows, maybe it would make us more empathetic towards all animals.
Yeah, maybe. So we've talked a lot about the funny side of talking cats and the impact it could have on our relationships with them. But let's get real for a second. If your cat could actually talk, what's the one question you would ask?
That's a good one. You know, I think I'd keep it simple. I'd ask, are you happy?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Because ultimately, that's all that really matters, right?
That's beautiful.
Hmm.
You know, I think I'd ask my cat why she insists on sitting on my keyboard every time I try to work. It's like she's saying, pay attention to E, not that glowing rectangle.
Maybe she's trying to tell you something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of curious, what do you think listeners would ask their cats? It's a pretty fun thought experiment.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe with all the advancements in AI and animal communication, the idea of talking cats might not be so far-fetched after all.
That would be amazing.
It would. But until then, I guess we'll just have to keep listening.
Maybe they're already trying to tell us something.
Maybe they are. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for listening, everyone, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And to all the cats out there, we hear you.
We're listening.
Maybe someday we'll understand.
Fingers crossed.
Until then, keep purring.
Keep yowing.
And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.